Alright, this is the final video. We're using the domain control tool. So in this one, we're going to actually remove a partition out of the domain. So if you remember, we have the domain control tool. We type first, we need to get a ticket, kinit administrator. Remember, if you don't get an error, you logged in, you're good. Again, you can do the klist and make sure your principal is there. The KRB TGT principal is there, which it is. So let's do the domain control, and we do our list. Remember, we've already talked about doing a list, showing what partitions are part of the domain. We've used the add to add the C partition to the domain. We're going to use the remove. We've done the samify. The D showed a little bit on the desamify. Really, you don't need to do that unless you're not sure on a container that's not part of the domain. You want to make sure that those objects are not there. And preps, again, don't worry about that one. If you've got a successful install, you should not have to worry about that. Preps is just making sure that some of the default ACLs or necessary ACLs in the unique domain ID are there, like on the domain container. So preps, you're not going to be running that one. So in this case, we are going to be doing the remove. So we can see the partitions that we can remove. Let's actually cut that, and if we do a list, you'll notice that there's 3 listed here and there's only 2 listed here. So in the list, we have our domain, our container where we're mapped to, the domain is mapped to. That one, we're not going to be able to remove the domain or remove that partition. That's why it does not show up in the list. But B and C, they do. So just in case you're wondering why the O equals Nobel, it has to be there. If you remove that, you've lost. In this case, you would lose your entire, not only the domain but the forest. So it is not there. So let's go ahead and do the remove. Let's say we decided we don't need C after all, and we want to remove it. We've already verified. If we look at a C user, let's pull it up. Manager. There we go. So if we look at a C user, remember, just take a look here and go to the other tab, and you can see all of these attributes. SAM account name. We'll key on that one. SAM account name, SAM account type, unique domain ID. These show that it is part of the domain. So we're going to just run this on C. So option 2 is C. And we'll take a look at that user afterwards and see what it has. Some attributes will remain there because they're not specific for DSfW. You can use those attributes for you can populate them for whatever you want to use them for. Some of them are used for LUM, for POSIX accounts. So let's take a look. So we got it. It has desamified the partition, so we don't really need to run that desamify option. It's already done it for us. We can go and check. Let's just pull this up. Look at our C user again. Go to the other tab, and here we go. As you can see, basic GID number. That's with LUM. You'll get that, so it's not a problem. A GUID, home directory, not a problem. NSPM, do not expire password. You could have that or not. That's up to you. All of these are attributes that could be there on a user that's not part of a domain. So not a big deal. The key ones, SAM account name is the key one. If you just look for that, first of all, if that one's there, then you know that it's part of the domain. It's gone. This has been removed. If we were worried, again, I showed you before on how to do that desamify. But anyway, that is it. We can go back if we want to and remove the replica of this partition. So we select it, view the replica ring, and say we don't want that there. We could just go and delete the replica, and we're right back to where we were before. with this partition not being part of the domain, and the DSfW server not even having a replica. So should be on. There we go. Back to a subref. So we are back to where we started before even adding a replica. All right. I hope this video was useful to you. Thanks for watching.